Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you could join me today. So as you can see, judging from what's in front of me here, we're going to be talking a little bit about trail cameras today. I have had some less than stellar experiences as of late, and frankly, I want to talk to you guys about them, and I wanted to let you know what is happening and what I'm going to be using moving forward. I'll give you a review of the new camera that I just got, which is this one right here. So first off, I want to talk about this guy right here. This is the the SPYPOINT Link Micro. We've had this camera for about 5 years. It actually performed really well for us up until this year, and I have defended SPYPOINT over and over again. I've had a lot of people say that they're not good cameras and blah blah blah, and I was like, we have never had any issues. Well, that all changed about a month ago. I had this set up and it stopped sending pictures. Then I upgraded the firmware, which is what they told me to do, and lo and behold, what happened then is it started taking a picture every like 55 seconds, which means that it was going through batteries in a matter of a week. So this camera is about 5 years old, like I mentioned, so we went ahead and just figured, okay, this one's probably done. We had this camera here. This is the SPYPOINT Cell Link. Essentially, same kind of concept, but this can be plugged into any regular non-cellular trail camera, and it will then transmit photos cellularly from that camera. It worked really well for us for a little while. Then it kind of stopped working. Well, I figured, well, okay, I went ahead and bought another trail camera, just a regular basic one, nothing special about it, and hooked this thing up, and it was doing the exact same thing. Started sending pictures constantly. I was going through batteries. I put this in there. It went through 48% of the batteries in a matter of 8 hours. It was ridiculous, and I was constantly getting pictures sent to my phone. Called SPYPOINT to figure out what's going on. They told me that the firmware that I had downloaded from their website was the incorrect firmware, and that it was wrong. And not only that, but I've been using trail cameras since, probably 10-15 years at this point, and the lady tried to say that it was because of how I set the camera up, even though I've never had issues with this in that place before. I've been doing this for years. At that point, I was done with SPYPOINT. I canceled my account. I will say they did end up actually giving me a discount, which I wasn't expecting, giving me a refund, not a discount. But either way, that's when I decided to switch brands. Now, I've always had really good luck with Wild Game Innovations, specifically the Terra camera. I've used that one for years, just the basic non-cellular version. A couple years ago, they came out with the cellular version. So we are going to be trying this one out. Comes with 2 different SIM cards, either for AT&T or Verizon. I know that Verizon works super well here, so I went ahead and put that SIM card in here. Just takes 8 batteries, which I put in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up. We'll put it back in the woods, and I will let you guys know after a week or so how it did and if the signal was good. But I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, and we'll see how it goes. I will say there is one thing I don't like about Wild Game Innovations trail cameras, is they have this screw on the back instead of the bottom. I personally use a lot of sticks, and I use this thing right here to hold the trail camera, and unfortunately they're designed to be upright and not in the back. I can make it work, and I do make it work, but it's not ideal. It is what it is. I wish they could put it down here. For whatever reason they can't. They put it on the back. It's annoying. It's not a showstopper, obviously. Alright, so let's get this set up, and we'll go from there. Fingers crossed this goes smoothly. Now, I've already got the app, so that should... It looks like this is working now. I'm gonna go put it in the woods. Let know how it works. Attach it to this guy right here. We're gonna take it back in the woods and we'll get this all set up. Seems like it works pretty good. We'll find out here shortly. Fingers crossed. Here we go. All right, everybody, as you can see, I have it set up here. We'll see how well this works out. I also have this regular non-cellular trail camera here. I'm gonna go run back, check and see if there's any pictures on it at all. I kind of doubt it. And then probably end up putting it back down in the woods. Maybe not today, I'll probably do that tomorrow, but see how it goes. Hopefully this one works better than SPYPOINT because honestly, it doesn't take much. We'll see what happens. See you in a minute. Well, y'all, like a dumbass, I just walked all the way back to the woods with the trail camera to put it out there and forgot to put an SD card in it. So now I'm headed back into the woods so that I can put the damn SD card in. Oh well. I don't know what happened earlier. I was filming a brief segment for you guys. And bent down to adjust the camera and whew, my back is just getting it right now, and I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know. I'm not so sure walking down to the woods is a good idea. We're just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, I'm heading that direction. I have the SD card this time, so call that a win. Still no deer pictures on the wireless camera. However, did have some turkeys. In case you were curious, that tree still hasn't fallen. Oh, it's leaning more and more every day. So, luckily, we moved the tree stand. So, shouldn't have to really, well, I guess I'm not really worried about it falling anymore and hitting the tree stand. Oh. However, there's the tree stand. As you can see, I still need to do the skirting work. But this tree right here fell, and it did not miss the tree stand by much. Jeez, Pete's. I've had winds here like you wouldn't believe this year. It's been crazy. New house, I've had the roofers had to come out 3 separate times because of wind damage. It's been crazy. Luckily, haven't had anybody have to come out recently, but still. All right, almost to the camera. These hills are no fun. No fun at all. There we go. There we go. All right. Trail camera's ready. Oh boy. Hopefully we get some pictures of some deer. Nice big old buck would be nice. All right. Walk back up to the top of the hill. Can't believe I did that. Before I do that though, I'm gonna sit down and rest for a little bit. Whew. I'm beat. Squirrel season starts in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from yesterday, actually. So I'll be out in here squirrel hunting. Try not to grab that camera till then. Well, everybody, it has been several weeks since I set up the trail camera. I still got to go down into the woods and get the other one, but I wanted to go ahead and take a moment now to just kind of go through some of the pictures that I'm seeing and talk about some of the things I like and don't like about the new trail camera that I got. First things first, I want to talk about the things that I like about it. Number one, I've used Wild Game Innovations cellular trail cameras in the past, and I really like the app that they use. One thing that it has that's better than SPYPOINT is it allows you to set different dates, different times throughout the day. It's not just a set interval. So if I want it to go off 5 minutes before sunrise, I can set that and I can adjust it to the minute, as opposed to just saying I want it to go off every 6 hours, or I want it to send me pictures every 6 hours. So that's something that's really nice about the app that these Wild Game Innovations cameras use. Really, the only thing I haven't liked about the camera so far is that screw on the back that I mentioned earlier in the video. Frankly, it's just kind of annoying. Most other manufacturers put it on the bottom. I don't know why Wild Game Innovations has to be difficult. I don't know if maybe there's an adapter that I'm supposed to buy and that's why they're doing it. I really don't know. But one of the things that I really, like I said, I have enjoyed about this camera is that it works very well. I have had some issues with Wild Game in the past where the cell signal wasn't that great. I have not had that issue with this camera at all. There hasn't been a place I've tried to put it where it didn't work. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to walk you through a couple things on the app that I really like, and we are going to go from there. So let me go ahead and start my screen recording. All right, so from here, the first thing you see is it's going to be like the main landing area. So I was mentioning those settings earlier. This is where you would go. So you can see I currently have it set to go off at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. So it syncs twice per day. I can add as many of these as I want, up to 5 syncs in a day. During actually hunting season, when I start hunting mornings and evenings, I will set it so that it goes off about a half hour, 45 minutes before sunrise. That way I'm in the woods. It goes off right before I go into the woods. That way I can see if there's anything already there. I like to do that. And then I'll set it for about the time it gets dark, whatever time that be. And I can adjust this throughout the day. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward stuff. One thing that I really kind of like, I haven't used it yet, but I can turn off the little information bar at the bottom. This is the thing that shows the Wild Game Innovations logo, the time, the date, and the moon phase, which has been very, very useful so far. Anyway, to view the photos, you just click on photos. It says I only have 80. That's because every so often it resets, and that number starts over. There's a lot more pictures on here. From here, as you can see, I've got some pictures of deer here. We're going to go through those in a moment, but I want to talk about the filters we have. So I can see the ones, how they're stored. I can see the photos and stuff that other people have shared with me. I can filter for animals and objects when there was nothing detected. I don't know why I'd want to pick that one, but I can. And then the one I like the most is bucks only. And then there's also some tagging that I haven't started using yet. But it also tells me the moon phases. I can see all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this for bucks only because, let's be honest, that's all y'all care about. So set it and I save it. You can see here it then loads it up. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll back to closer to the beginning when I first set this trail camera up. And we're just going to kind of bounce around through these. I'm not going to go through all of them. But there is a buck here I wanted to share. So that's this buck right here. Now we call him Notches. You can see here he's got a little notch out of his right ear. I think this may be a deer that I had on camera a couple years ago that was just a spike. I don't know that for certain,
but I think it might be him. If it is him, he has not grown much. And again, I'll go through a couple other pictures. There's some pictures where he looks really good. There's other pictures when he doesn't look so great. So that one, he actually looks like a pretty good deer, but a lot of the other ones, he just looks very small. He is here quite often. He is actually, I've seen him with my eyes behind my house several times. And I'll be honest, he looks real good in the eyesight, but I don't know. I also have this guy right here. I have a little spike coming in as well. So far, that's actually the only bucks that I've had. That being said, I did move it recently. I moved the camera a little bit recently, and because of that, I actually was able to get a couple of really good pictures of that big one. And that's okay. So there's the spike, as I mentioned. You can see my feeder in the background. If you haven't already, go watch that video. I'm very proud of how that turned out. It is working very, very, very well. And I'm hoping that I can get a deer around that feeder in the very near future, because that deer feeder is completely on my property. And as I've mentioned in the past, I really want to get a deer on my property. And then this is that picture of that big buck, or the bigger buck that I got. And that's one of those pictures where he doesn't look all that great. You can see the notch out of his ear again there. But as you can see, he's good enough for Chandler. Be an excellent first basket buck for Chandler. This picture was taken, I'm filming this on the 7th, so this picture was actually taken yesterday early morning. And so he is still in velvet. So I've got a couple more weeks where I can get out there and try to get him in velvet, at least on camera if Chandler's not with me. But if Chandler's with me, he's a youth. He can still hunt with a crossbow. So anyway, that is the cellular trail camera. Again, I've got a lot of pictures. I've got some great pictures of some turkeys. I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but I know I did talk about how I had not seen any poults. That is no longer the case. I have finally started seeing some younger turkeys. So that is excellent news. I'm very excited about that. But anyway, so that is the cellular trail camera. I'm going to go ahead and grab the SD card out of the trail camera that's down in the woods. I'll go through that. I'll be honest though, I don't expect much on that one. It's just the cows are back there. The deer and the cows, for whatever reason on this property, do not like to intermingle. So we'll see. That's in front of the tree stand. So I'm hoping. One thing that this app has allowed me to see very clearly is that the deer tend to come out in daylight into the field when it's around a full moon. Now, I'll be honest with you, that seems very counterintuitive to me, but that's what the app is showing me. And these systems and these tools are very invaluable for that kind of scouting that I enjoy doing. So I can learn about my deer, learn about when they're moving through. So anyway, I'm going to go grab that other SD card. I'll bring you guys along, and then we'll go through some of the photos. But anyway, I'll see you in a minute. All right, everybody, I'm just about back to the woods. You can see the feeder there behind me. So I'm going to run down there and check my SD card, or grab the SD card. That's all I'm going to really do. Anyway, don't get a whole lot of pictures back in this location, but it is what it is. It's nice to see what's in the woods. Unfortunately, I am quite a bit behind on stuff I need to do back here. So, fingers crossed. All right, here we go. I need my spider stick. I need a spider stick. Stick that I use to clear the path in front of me so I don't walk into a damn spider web, which is just really annoying. All right. Where the heck is there a walnut tree back here? I don't know. Did recently do some squirrel hunting, which was semi-effective. So I'll be sharing that video shortly. tree stands behind me. As you can see, I still haven't done the the skirting work on it yet. All right, coming up on the trail camera. All right, go ahead and change out the SD card. All right, well, got the SD card in my handy dandy little carrying case right here. This thing is, for those of you photographers, this thing is extremely useful. Holds multiple SD cards, including the micro SDs, which is what my GoPro uses. So these are extremely handy. That little carrier is extremely handy. Anyway, head back to the house. I'll see you when I get up here and we'll go through these pictures. All right, everybody. Well, just got back with the trail camera here, or trail camera card. I'm gonna put this in here. We'll see what we have. If there's anything that shows up, I'll put it in the video here. I don't expect much, if anything. Let's see. It's like cows. Yep, cow, more cows. Cow, cows. Okay, so I had a lot of cows. Oh, there's a deer. I got in the corner. Squirrel. It's a big one. Cow. And that's me coming there. So I got 2 pictures of squirrels and 1 picture of a deer. 3 pictures of squirrels and 1 picture of a deer. I'm not even going to bother putting that in the video. But like I said, that's what I have back there. I did replace the SD card. I'm just going to kind of let that one run. We'll see how it goes. That being said, I wanted to talk briefly about this clothing that I'm wearing right now. This is made by Real Tree Fishing. I'm sure you probably noticed that I've been wearing a lot of the hoodies and stuff like that. And I want to talk about it because, quite frankly, this stuff is really, really cool. It's comfortable. It keeps the sun off of you. It's designed for fishing, so that's ideal stuff. But anyway, I've actually sprayed down this and the pants that I'm wearing with the Sawyer's permethrin spray. We have had a lot of ticks this year, so this is to hopefully prevent any ticks from coming through. That being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've learned something. That being said, stay tuned to the channel. We got a lot more coming up. We've got a squirrel hunt. I have already started the deer hunt. And we've got some other new exciting things to share. Plus, we're going to be going camping in the next couple weeks. So anyway, I'm excited to bring all of that to you in the very near future. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all so much for watching. You have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. If you're getting ready to go to bed, you have a good night's sleep. I'll see you all in the next one.